Dulce Sanchez, and today I'm going to be talking about my final presentation, which is a continuation to my midterm topic, which was Dia de los Muertos. But this time I wanted to take it a little step further and focus more on the altar or ofrenda itself. The reason for this is because before taking this class, I didn't know much, about Dia de los Muertos other than, it's a day to pay homage and your respects to your loved ones. The decorations, the candles, the face painting. But that was about it. Even with my Mexican um, background, I didn't know much about it until taking this class. Um, another reason that I wanted to focus on the altar is just there's so much that goes with it that symbolizes something. And for me, it was very interesting to find this out. And so I wanted to recreate an altar, based on what I've learned in class. And so right behind me is a little mock altar that I created. And I'm going to talk a little bit about everything going on here. So altares have three levels. The top level signifies heaven. The middle one signifies earth, and the bottom signifies the underworld. Every altar focuses on the elements, which are earth, wind, fire, and water. And I found it neat that, if you go back to the way ofrendas and altares are done in Mexico, they use all of this, because that's the way our loved ones and their souls are going to find themselves back home. With that being said, you can see an arc behind me. The arc is the passageway for our loved ones to come in, to come back home, to come back to the earth. If you can see, I made the altar of, I made the arch of marigolds. Marigolds are said to be the flower of the dead. I believe in Spanish they're called cempasúchil. I may be saying it wrong, but they're vibrant color, and I've actually never smelled one before, and now I want to, but their scent are said to be a guidance for our souls to find their way home. So that's the significance of the arch. Flowers. You'll see a lot of flowers in altares. I think it's beautiful. I mean, I think it all goes back to the fragrance, fragrance of the flowers. I used paper kind, but I think moving on forward, I'm gonna start using real ones. So I'm pretty excited. Let's see. Another element is the earth. The way to symbolize this element is by putting fruit. Fruit means, the bounty of the earth, the fruit that the earth, bears. So that's the significance of the fruit, and of course, something that our loved ones can come and can eat. They're gonna come. It's a long journey home, so they're gonna want, something to eat. And this is where the water element comes into play. Water is said to be put on the altares, to relieve their thirst, quench their thirst. So that's the significance of water. You'll see pictures too in your ofrendas. These are my grandparents that passed away a couple years ago. Another element is wind. So you'll see that I put this, the papel picado. You see the openings, that is said to be done so that our loved ones and their souls and spirits can pass through them as well. You'll see food. I put pan dulce. You'll always see pan dulce or pan de Dia de los Muertos. Of course, we're past Dia de los Muertos, so I couldn't find it. But That bread would be like a big bread with like a cross. And the cross also symbolizes direction, to give them direction to come back home. Everything is meant to help our loved ones' souls find their way home. So what you put on your ofrenda is going to be just that. And then of course when they make it back on earth, you're going to want to put stuff that maybe they loved, whether it was their favorite food, their favorite items. My grandma loved plants, so I put a little pot there. Another thing that you'll see is salt. So some people will do the sign of the cross and salt again, as a guidance, you know. Um, Salt also symbolizes purity and cleansing. So when our loved one spirits come come home, the salt is meant to protect them, to cleanse them, so that nothing bad and evil, you know, can inhibit them. I thought that was very neat, you know, to know. And then you'll see skulls. Skulls, of course, signify, you know, life and death. Sugar skulls, the sugar that is used to do the sugar skulls signifies the sweetness of life. If you guys remember from our teachings, you know, Posada used the calavera a lot in his drawings, and it's to symbolize death. Death comes to everybody, but it shouldn't be something we mourn. It should be something that we celebrate. And I think with Dia de los Muertos, that's a big thing. You know, that's a big thing, especially doing it for our loved ones to come home. You know, they don't want to see us in mourning. They want to see us celebrate their lives. They want to see us in good spirits. And I just feel like learning all of this, you know, about what goes into play when you're doing an ofrenda, you know, it takes away that sadness and fulfills it with that joy and that welcoming thought, you know, like that for one day, you know, your loved ones will come and visit you at home. Last but not least, there's also candles. Candles are also meant to be a guidance for our souls, our loved ones' souls to come, and it also can signify every loved one lost. So that concludes my presentation on the ofrenda, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something just as much as I did.